Yeah, today we are going to start with JavaScript. Really, JavaScript is a combination of HTML. No, JavaScript is a scripting language. Generally, a combination of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. This combination will be called as DHTML. It's dynamic HTML means JavaScript will provide dynamic nature to the static web pages. Generally, in using HTML and CSS, we can create static web pages, right? We can create some elements or tags and we can see. But when we click on something, it won't provide us any output. It won't respond because we need to register some events or we need some base to handle those events. When we click on button, it will raise some events in the browser. The JavaScript will capture that events and execute something for us. That's what JavaScript will provide dynamic nature to the static web pages. Mainly JavaScript will be used to validate forms. Right? Before submitting the forms to the server, first we need to validate whether the form is filled or not. Main purpose is validating forms, and in the PPT we can see DHTML is the like combination of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And DOM, this term is like document object model, means in every web page all the elements will comes under like properties in model based on the selectors. If I have 10 elements on the page or 10 tags on the page inside the form, we can recognize each control with ID or name, right? Those two will be available inside the one document object. In JavaScript, the main object is like, generally Java is object-oriented programming language. JavaScript object-based. And what is the difference between these two is object-oriented and right? Here we can create our own classes and we can create object for that class. Here there is no concept called classes. Directly JavaScript provides some predefined objects. Using that objects, we need to perform some actions. Okay, that's what JavaScript is a object-based scripting language. You know these definitions generally. JavaScript is a scripting language, lightweight, and JavaScript will be executed in browser. Every browser will have JavaScript engine. that JavaScript engine will be executed when it requires based on our requirement. Mainly these are implementing form validation, reactive user actions. User actions means when I click on in text box I am typing something, that is also even right. When I click on any text box, the text box will be focused, right? Focusing and change handler and key down, key up. We have a lot of events will explain. Changing image, moving sections of your page, appearing and disappearing, like hiding and showing, content loading and changing dynamically. Calculations we can do. Scrollable table implementing Ajax functionality. Ajax will be used to call RESTful services. Nowadays, nobody using JavaScript to call these APIs. Use jQuery. And we'll see how to write JavaScript first. HTML. Here also we have three types of JavaScript. Like here we can write inline, internal, excuse me, inline, internal, and external. Excuse. To write internal CSS, we use style tag inside the head, but there is no restriction for JavaScript. We can write anywhere this script tag and we can write the JavaScript inside the page. This none of this. Yes. I forgot to save as HTML. What it is? One second. You can see alert box here, right? Here I specified alert with some message. This we can use anywhere in the page. There is no restriction. We should use inside head or inside body. For style tag we have restriction. We should use inside head section only. Here want to explain some. We'll declare this in head and we'll try to write one simple calculator program with validations and calculation. Here we can understand almost the uses of JavaScript directly. I'm taking input type equals to number, id equal to first number, second number, third I'm taking for id is total. Here we can specify buttons. Add. Let's see what we do. Right? You can say first name, last name. First number, first number, second number. This is for total. If I enter something here and here, the total should calculated when I click on add button. To right click for this button, on click is a attribute. Inside this double tag add, I'm calling add function. Right here we need to declare function inside this script with the keyword of function, and function name is add. Inside this var, and I think before this generally here you can see the quick overview of variables and all. And JavaScript is a programming language of HTML and web applications. It is essentially for all kinds of web applications. Major functionalities is to define dynamic content in HTML pages and validations in HTML forms. This image will give brief description about the introduction and the variable and the scope and the function. And the validations for in general, login page will have the following these validations. Username validations are: username should not exceed more than 30 characters. Username should be an email ID. Username should be contain at least one at the right and one dot after the at the right. The minimum characters are 6. Password should display in starts. For that, we'll use type password. Minimum character 6 to 20. It should contain any special characters. Here, this is important for now. Variable is nothing but storing some value into it, right? In Java also we have variables. Here we don't have different types. Based on the assigning value, that variable becomes the related data. If I assign integer type value to that var, here you can see var, right? Var count equal to 10, right? The 10 is integer. Based on this assigning value, the variable type will be decided automatically in JavaScript. There is no integers, int, string, and char, double, float, separately long. Here we have only one data type, that is var. Based on assigning value, the type of the data will be decided. Float means, like, if you assign floating values to the variable, then that will become as floating variable. And where var is a keyword in JavaScript to define a variable. Count is a variable name, that is user defined name. We can define anything. And here right side you can see JavaScript function is used to define separate logic into separate unit. You know methods in Java, right? Just like that, we can declare functions in JavaScript also using function keyword. Function is nothing but defining similar logic into one block. Same definition as in C and Java. Functions are used to achieve module approach. Function is predefined keyword in JavaScript, which is used to define a function in JS. Here the syntax, like function, sum, var first and var second, and the sum equals to first and second, first plus second. This is generally the variable and the functions, because here we need to write some variables and function. That's what. And here I am declaring like first number equal to get value from this text field. We have one syntax like document is a root level object or super object or parent object in JavaScript, which will holds all the DOM tree. DOM tree means these things. Inside the body, we can see all the controls, right? These controls will be held by the document object, DOM model. Means document dot, and by this ID, we can get that value. For that, we have one function for the document, get element by ID. It is a function which is used to get the element using ID, right? Here we need to specify this ID which we dot. What we need with that element we need some value, right? Which is entered inside that. That's what I'm taking value property. This will return one object, get element by ID. Inside the object, we can see the value property. Okay, here we need second name is also same document dot get element by ID. Here we can take second number. Right here we are able to get, now see, in alert we will see we are getting those values or not. No, here I missed that value. That's what it's meaning. Yeah, here we're able to see is first value and second value. Now I want to sum these two values. Then take one variable sum equal to fn plus sn. In alert we can see the sum. Right? Oh. Because in JavaScript there is no data types, right? Different data types. That's what we need to, when we calculate, like when we perform arithmetic operations, then we need to use converters. Like parseInt will convert string to integer type. In Java we'll have, right, integer that parseInt. Same thing here we have directly parseInt. Right, now we'll see the output. Right, value is 30. The requirement is we need to set the value to this total text field, right? For that, the same thing. The ID is total for this input, right? There, document dot get element by ID total dot value equal to sum. Here you can see two different things, right? When I want to get the value from the document model or text field, I'm using this syntax which I selected. If I want to assign the value to the text field, I'm using this. The same syntax, but the place is different. When I want to get value from the element, just assigning that element to one variable. Here I'm assigning the value to the text field. Now see the output.
I think you should keep the single apostrophes. I think so.
This one. Use both.
D is capital or then.
D should, or D should be small. It's saying here, right? Get element by ID. Yeah, you can see. The problem is D is capital. We should follow this convention. G should be small, E should be capital, B capital, I capital. Here we can see the value, right? Same thing we can write for other operations also. Subtraction, multiplication, division, right? For this also I'm declaring add, subtraction, multiplication, division. This is a small example how to handle the events. And here one thing is, if first number is empty, here you can see some issue with the calculation, right? When we are calculating something, we cannot parse empty value using parts in method, right? If I am not providing any input to the first number, that will return empty. If I convert that empty into parts int, it will return nan. Nan means not a number. Here you can see NaN, right? Not a number. This will specify not a number, it will returns. To handle that, first we need to, before calculation, we need to validate those fields, right? For this, just write one if condition. If first number not equal to empty and second number not equal to empty, then only calculate and assign the value to the total field, right? Else we should display some error message to the user. That's all. We can write else here, alert with enter first number or second number. Right here, see, enter first number or second number. If I enter something here, now also it will throw alert because this second number is empty. Now, if I enter this, then only that will be calculated. Generally, this is like validation we should perform before calculations. Generally, this is a validating part. Clear, right? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Same thing here as in Java C, we have same thing operators and loops, if conditions, if else conditions, all we can use inside the JavaScript directly. JavaScript data types. Here, if I assign integer value, a will becomes integer. Just now we saw, right? Same thing. Here I want to explain some more things in data types. And if I assign floating value, that will become like float value. If I assign a character, that will that will, if I assign string, a will become string type. If I assign empty these braces, square braces, then this will become an array. Empty square braces, then this will becomes object. These are the different types in JavaScript. Right? If I assign like this will become array in JavaScript. See here you can see my name is string, my array is array. You can declare different types inside the array also. This is object. We can access this value. If I declare inside array, my array of 0 will return this 1. Here my hash dot a will return this value because it's object properties, right? And the thing is object string operations, right? Yeah. String. Here we have two different things, right? Just now we saw when I added these two variables directly, fn and sn, it's appended like it's concatenated together because the browser a JavaScript will treat as a string. That's what it's appending using plus. Directly the string operations are like, if I want to concatenate two different strings, we can use plus symbol. Right. If you want, I can show you. Just now we saw this scenario, 99. Just I copy pasted from there and right, fat cards. If I use plus operator between two string variables, that will be concatenated. Here we are trying to add one string and one integer, but the output will be the concatenated string. Here conversion of a string into number, okay, parts int. This is like dynamic array creation, or we can use directly this syntax to declare the array, this syntax. This is static array, directly we are declaring here. And if I want to add value inside the array, just use push function. If I want to remove array, like last element from array, just use pop. Pop will remove last element. Array dot length will return the length of the array. And the index of function will return the value index inside the array. If value not found inside the array, here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 values inside array they declare, right? If I want to like know the index of 1, then this will return 0. If I am searching for some 6 which is not there inside the array, then this will return -1. If index is available or value is available in array, directly that value index will be returned. Index of, right, function name. This will return the index of particular value which we are passing here. If value is not available inside the function or array, then this function will return -1. This one, for sum of number just now we saw. These are like conditional operators. I think. Don't use switch statements. Here I want to explain regarding loops. I want to print 1 to 10 numbers on the page. I'm declaring one div. Some height. So you can see output in console. For is a keyword which is used to write for loop, and inside for loop we'll have this is a brief description about the operators. Operators is used to perform calculation based on operand. Operand is nothing but the values. This 10 and 20 will be called as operands, and the plus symbol is called as operator, right? Here 10 and 20 are called operands, plus is called as operator. And arithmetic operations are like we know plus, minus, multiplication, division, modular, and increment or decrement. Generally, increment will increase the value by 1 every time. This is equals to I equal to I plus 1. And decrement is every time it will be, the value will be decreased by 1. And here we have arithmetic operators. See this one, this is shorthand operators. Like if I want to add some value like a equal to a plus 1, then I can use a plus equals to 1. This is like shorthand operator for this a equal to a plus 1. If I apply plus operator in between two strings, then that will return the concatenated string. Just now we discussed, right? Concatenation is adding two string. That's it. And logical operators like and, are, not. These will be used inside the conditional operators. Conditional statements means I want to execute a set of statements if condition is satisfied, otherwise ignore it. Generally, if condition will be used to execute set of blocks when some condition is true, then only we should execute. The same thing here we written, right? If first number not equals to empty and second number not equals to empty, then only we are executing the set of statements inside this if block. Same thing. These are the syntaxes. Here we don't have loop. Here you can see for loop syntax initialization. Small example like if I want to print 1 to 100 on the browser, now as per the for loop syntax, first we need to write initialization and condition and increment or decrement. Here this is my requirement, that is I want to print 1 to 100 like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? The initialization, for initialization we need to use one variable. We can take I as variable. In every language, everywhere we can see inside for loop only we will prefer I as a variable because I stands for iterative variable. We can use other variables also, but as per the standard, we'll use only I for loops. For initialization, first time we need to assign the starting value. Here as per our requirement, here our requirement is we need to print 1 to 100 on the browser, right? The starting value is 1. First we need to initialize 1. Condition means till where that should be iterated. Like I should be less than or equal to 100. This is condition. And the increment or decrement, you need that should be incremented by 1, right? By 1 means we can use I plus plus incremented by 1. If I write that here where I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 100, I plus plus. Console.log I. I'm printing I. This will print the value in the console, browser console. Console means this one. Right click, inspect, you can see this developer tools. Here you can find console. Here you can see the output which right here you can see for loops, right? From 0 to 100. It's printing 0. Yeah, here I specified 0. If I specify 1 as starting value, that will start from 1. Here you can see, right? 1 to 100. If I want to print only even numbers, from 1 to 100, the value will be, here we can do two things. One is, if the I divided by 2, then only that value, like we can treat as even number. I divided by 2 double equal to 0. The remainder should be 0. This is one condition we can write. Where, right? No error, nothing. 0. Oh, sorry. Percentile 2. This will returns the remainder. Here you can see it will return only the even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1. And if I want to print odd numbers, just here write not equal to 0. It will print odd numbers. Let's see. 1, 3, 5, 7. Now I want to write nested loop to print multiplication table till 10. Here I am writing one loop inside another loop. See. Solder cloud. Right? 1 into 1, 1 into 2, 1 into 3, till 2 into till 10 table I have written the logic. If I want to write 20, it's very simple. Just change this value to 20. That's it. Now, right? You can see till 20. If I want to write till 100, just change this value to 100. It will print till 100 table. Right? You can see. Here the logic is, first time this outer for loop will be iterated, right? First that will start. I value will be 1. It will come inside the loop. Here we have another loop with 10 items. Like it will iterate till 10, right? I value will be 1 till this for loop completed. That's what here I. Every time j value will be incremented 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till this condition satisfies. Till 10, this will be iterated. After that, I will become 2. Again, j will start from 1. Same thing. And once this finishes, you can see the first value is I value and this one is j value. This is multiplied. Right? First, I will be constant till inner loop j becomes 10. After that, again I will be incremented to 2. Again, inside for loop, inner for loop will be initialized to 1 again. Clear? Any doubts? Hello?
Sir.
Any doubts regarding this for loop?
Sir.
Okay. This we seen, right? Document get element by ID. We can get by name or get element by tag name directly. If I declare name for the input tag, just we can use by name to get the value from the text field. And this is directly by the tag name.
What is EL, sir? In the EL. EL dot get element by tag name.
This one, huh?
Yes, sir.
This is like, I think it's a mistake here. EL is a element generally. We can declare this as for document.
Okay.
Bear with me. It won't load. This is
Can't we do with the class names or class name, like the classes that are declared in the
no,
HTML
we
code?
cannot. We cannot because we can declare class names for different tags, right?
Okay.
We can use multiple times the same class name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here, generally, if I use here, this is EL will be used because image tags maybe we have more than one, right? If I declare 10 images in the HTML document, this will pick up only the first one. Okay.
Okay.
For class also, if I declare 100 times for 100 tags, which tag should be picked up for calculation or getting something,
Okay.
there will get some issue, right? That's what they provided only direct ID, name, and tag name. Mostly will use
Mm.
only by ID because it's a unique
Yeah.
document. That's better approach.
Okay. So
Yeah.
is there any like how can we pick up a specific image like in the view tag name? So if you told the same thing, like if you had declared like 10 images, it will pick up only the first one. So
Yeah.
what if we found like 50 image or 60 image? Like how to specify that?
How to specify means?
How to specify the specific image only? Like if we want like 50 image or 60 image.
Okay.
So how to do that?
This will return list of arrays.
Okay.
Okay, if I want to pick a 10th image, yes, you can use like image img tags of 10.
Okay.
It will return 10th image on the document.
Oh.
Okay, it will maintain one array.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Generally,
Got it.
for files also, if I browse 10 files, it will holds like inside array.
Okay.
If I take file of 10, 10th file will be returned.
Okay. I got it, sir.
Yeah. Here, any other? Because here I'm not stressing more into JavaScript because in jQuery we have a lot of things and it's most important, right, for now. In the sum of properties we are not using in real time, just to know how the value we are getting from the document and how we are setting and how the listeners are working, like click handler, change handler, focus handler, and focus out, focus in, key down, key up. We have lot of events that will come. Term event model here. These are important. We can continue from tomorrow with these events, term events. These are important. In jQuery also, we should know all the events which are related to mouse key, keys like keyboard events, and interface like when we focus, when we scroll, the browser events directly. When we perform some events on the browser, and these are form elements me form events, like when we type something on the input field, that will raise one event, change event. Okay, we'll see tomorrow the same. We'll start from event model, but I think something to use a small concept. The main thing is events. I think tomorrow we can finish up this JS, and we can spend more time on jQuery. There we have a lot of things. I want to show here also. When I here this one, when I entered something in this text fields, that should be displayed on the right side table. This we can see in JavaScript as well as in jQuery. jQuery, it will be very easy compared to JavaScript. Yeah, we'll discuss tomorrow event models. If I have time, then I'll show this example. How to, here we can see like how to submit the values to like JavaScript function, and how to prepare dynamic table and display the browser.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay then.